Hello to everyone at Aztec Landscaping. I am Lynn with Wild Poppy Marketing. And first of all, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to make this short custom video with tips and tricks on how you can increase your online presence and in return, not only get the lion's share of the business in your area, but also grow your business exponentially. Stick with me for the next few minutes and I'll show you some of the tricks of my trade and then give you a complete comparison of your top competitor in your area. So, there's a lot of things that I really like about your website. I love this picture right here. I love how it scrolls, very nice. The colors are very catching. I love the before and afters, which are great. There are a lot of opportunities that I see. And let's also, first of all, talk about how 8.5 billion people a day are searching on Google. And out of those people, a lot of them are your potential customers searching for your exact same services in your exact same area. And as it stands, your website is more of an online business card right now. Now, one of the biggest things to Google is content. We recommend 1,500 words of unique, helpful content. Because to Google, content is king. It really is one of the things that sets you apart from your competition and makes you look like you are the most authoritative in your business, which is what Google wants for their customers. Within this content, you want to have location-specific buyer intent keywords. Now, the only thing that I could find with your area was Twin Cities. I really recommend having your actual city and state on your website. But I did put in Twin City Landscaping, and I'll show you your top competitor for that in just one moment. Now, not only is it the actual words on the page that you want to have these buyer intent location specific keywords like Twin City Landscaping, or I guess Minneapolis Landscaping, Landscaping Minneapolis, Hardscapes, whichever ones you think are going to bring you in the most business is the ones that I would use. However, if this was something that we were doing for a client, we would actually go through and find the absolute best keywords that have the least amount of difficulty to be found for them. So you also look at how you save your images. Now here you see landscaping services, Aztec landscaping services. This is where you not only want to have that, but you also want to have your city and state, things of that nature. All right. Also, another big thing is all the phone numbers that are actually on your website. You want to make sure these are click to call, since the majority of people who are searching for your services are doing so from a mobile phone. So all of these you want to make click to call because you don't want them to have to go anywhere else to find your phone number to call you. The easiest you can make it for your potential clients, the better. And so you also want to link up all your social medias. I see you do have Facebook here, which is great. You really want to try and get as many of those as you possibly can. And those are going to give you citations, which is very important, and we are going to talk about citations here in just a minute. You also want to have multiple places to get around your website. Any back service pages, you want to have somewhere like here to have a menu, or within your content to be able to get to those back pages. Google really likes ease of use for their customers. All right. And so let's see here. Let's go look at some numbers. You're probably a numbers person since you're a business owner. I know I am. So this is Ahrefs. It is quite pricey, but it does tell you a lot about websites. So let's go talk about some of the most important things on this page. The first one is the UR and DR. Now the UR represents this page's trust with Google, and the DR represents its power of Google. Now you get this, just in case you don't know, is backlinks, and all a backlink is a link on someone else's trusted website that points from their website to your website and transfers power and trust from them to you. Now, if you had some really great backlinks, then you would have a lot more keywords, and then you would also have a lot more traffic. So let's go ahead and go look at your top competitor now. So this is Twin City Landscaping. Their website's all right. Now you can see that it does have the multiple ways to get around. They also have the trust emblems down here, even though I would recommend putting those more at the top of the page. So they could definitely use a little work on their website. Oh, and their website's also not secure. So I really think that this keyword, the Twin City Landscaping, is going to be pretty easy to get. And look at this. Okay, so they do have a 7 for their trust factor of Google, and then they have a 1.6 for their power of Google. So they have 115 backlinks from 30 different websites. Now this is definitely something that is going to be easy to catch up to them with, so that's great. They also have a lot of keywords they're being found for, and I went ahead and checked those out, and a lot of those are pretty good. So this is a really great area to be able to take your website from just an online business card to something that would be very easy to be bringing you in business relatively quickly. The next thing I want to point out to you is, look at this. 405 people on average are going to his website every single month. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that all of these people are buying, but let's just say of these 400 people, let's say that half to 75% of them, so 200 to 300 people are actually calling the business. And now those 200 to 300 people, let's say 100 to 200 people are actually buying services from them. What would that do for your business if 100 to 200 people were calling your business and were asking you to come to get quotes and things of that nature, and then actually purchasing your services? Personally, that's huge for my business. So the last thing that we are going to talk about is the citations. Now, this is the Google Map Pack, or the Google My Business, and the reason this is important, of course, is because this is the very first thing that people see when they put in Twin City Landscaping. So the way you get to the top of Google My Business page is, first of all, citations, and all a citation is your name, address, and phone number across different directories and websites across the web. So you really want to make sure that your name, address, and phone number is complete and the same across all these different websites. And they can be anything from social media accounts like Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, or it could be like the Better Business Bureau, or any of the literally thousands upon thousands of directories that we have. Now you do want to make sure that these are niche relevant. So home and garden, you could probably go with real estate, any of the hardscape directories, anything like that. Even general contracting websites, you could get away with it. You don't want to put your website on like an ice cream shop, of course. So another great thing is every time you do a job, go ahead and come into your Google My Business profile and go ahead and upload some pictures. And that shows Google that you are going to be very active with your Google My Business, which it really likes. And then also you want to make sure of the images, just like on your website, that you save it with those location-specific buyer intent keywords. And then you also want to geotag your photos. So that way, to Google, there is no doubt that you are doing what you say you're doing, where you're doing it, and you take a lot of pride in your work. The next thing is going to be reviews. Of course, you want to have as many 5-star Google reviews as you can possibly have. Now, if you get anything less than a 5, we recommend responding back to them as quickly as you possibly can, ideally within a day. And that really shows Google not only you active with this, but you also really care about your clients. The last thing we want to talk about is your business description. Now you have up to 750 words to use for your business description, and you can go to free websites like wordcounter.com to make sure you're utilizing as many of those as you possibly can. You really want to describe all your services and then what sets you apart from your local competition. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this video today. I hope that you find it very informative and helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And otherwise, we would really appreciate some feedback on this video. Thank you so much and take care. We look forward to speaking with you. Bye-bye.